it's starting.
Welcome everybody. Today we are
What up,
talking
Ramon?
about Diamond Dynasty. Now, big thing here, we'll be sticking to features today and doing a deeper dive into the content on the Diamond Dynasty content stream.
Okay,
at a later date.
so they split them into two instead of leaving it all in one.
Doing great, Ramon.
Probably so it's not a 7-hour premiere.
These awesome new features.
Yeah, I'm awesome. Super excited to show off what we've been working on.
And later we'll be joined by game designer James Cameron. So, Kyle.
James Cameron? Wow.
Let's get right into it.
From Titanic to MLB The Show.
What do you do for all of our new fans out there? And how long have you been here at the San Diego studio?
It's been about 5-6 years now. I'm a technical game designer here, and really just focus on Diamond Dynasty and making it as great of a mode as it possibly can be.
And you're also a Twins fan.
Big Twins fan.
Big Twins fan. Ian, what about you?
Yeah, I'm a game designer as well, working on Diamond Dynasty. That's actually my first release. Started working here about 6 months ago.
Hey, so this is your first stream.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. But before we jump into all of these new features, we have a lot of new fans probably watching this stream for the first time. What is Diamond Dynasty, Kyle?
Diamond Dynasty, it's a card collecting mode. So you play games, earn
I know that they have to do it.
And earn all these cool players.
I know that they have to tell us what Diamond Dynasty is, but...
And build your dream squad to take online or offline.
You want to know what Diamond Dynasty is? Fucking go to this website, all right? We don't got the time to tell you.
99. The very vast majority of the cards in the game you can earn just by playing the game. Ain't that right?
Yeah, that's a principle that we hold very near and dear to our hearts, and make sure that no matter the content or modes or features we design, that it's always important to give everybody and anybody access to those cards.
So I'm assuming that has not changed for MLB Show 23.
So get to flipping, everybody.
So
get to flipping.
Right into it. We know that you guys have been cooking up some new stuff. What are we going to be looking at today?
So this year, we really focused on team building. Diamond Dynasty, it's a game of
Which I don't think is a bad thing to focus on.
Which players do you pick from a choice pack? What players make your starting 9? Who's that sneaky bench bat that you have lurking for a clutch moment? We know all of our fans love building theme teams, and we see you building squads of all the players from your favorite team, or even wackier things like all switch hitters.
I mean, honestly, content creators make theme teams.
Perfecto. So what Kyle is really saying,
some people do, but a lot of people just play meta.
Down on decision making and theme teams. Is that correct, Kyle?
Exactly. Let's break it down. The first feature we're talking about, it's called sets and seasons. I cannot be more excited about this.
Sets and seasons.
This is the big thing.
What's a season, Kyle?
It's the single biggest change we've made to Diamond Dynasty, Ramon, since I don't even know how long. It's a
okay.
Radical...
Hold on. Say that one more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
Which thing?
The whole thing. The big part. The important part. The single biggest. What?
It is the single biggest change we've made to Diamond Dynasty since I don't know how long.
Probably
cool.
Since 2016.
At least.
So the single biggest change since probably 2016. And we're in 2023, so that was definitely a few years ago.
So that's kind of like bad at looking at your part, right?
A radical shift for our game, but a radical shift for the sports card collecting
That's the biggest change you've done in 7 years.
Let's cut to the chase. Basically, what we're talking about here,
that makes it look bad for you.
On launch day and every single day after that.
One more time. Give it to us.
99s, day 1, on launch day, and every single day after that.
Every single day?
Very big change. 99s will be released day 1. But didn't we already have an earnable 99s in live series?
Yeah, we had those live series collects, but let's be honest, they weren't attainable for most players, and
you don't
when
say?
They were obtainable, it'd be months after playing and grinding.
Oh, really?
So
and then it'd be obsolete?
Here is 99s from ranked, BR, programs, and all the other places you'd expect to see high-end rewards.
All right.
Kind of the
line when we said it's changing. It's changing a lot. Ian, how do you feel about these changes with 99s being available day 1?
Oh, it's such an exciting change. I think maybe you're getting tired of the game after a few months. If you still haven't seen your favorite cards get their 99 overall form, you can get that day 1.
I don't understand.
Kyle, there's more.
Yeah, it's a huge change.
I'm still so
know,
confused.
Of course, what makes Diamond Dynasty fun is really grinding for the
right,
99
Cheese?
squad. It wouldn't be fun if you just played for a week.
He hit us with one of these.
Squad and you were done. That's not too exciting. We need to keep those incentives, keep that freshness coming. And that's where sets and seasons comes in. So I'll break it down.
But this time it was
seasons, they run anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks long.
Okay.
All right.
And then within a season, you build squads made up of players from specific sets.
Oh, okay.
So each player item belongs to a set. It's that little tag in the top left corner of a player card. So this is really important. The timing of when a card is released determines what set it belongs to. So if a card is released in Season 1, it belongs to Set 1. If a card is released in Season 2, it belongs to Set 2.
Okay, so that makes it really easy to remember.
Exactly. And so each season, the different sets will rotate in and out on what's eligible and whatnot. But for Season 1, you're going to be building squads with Set 1 and core players.
What's a core player?
Core players are pretty special. I'll come back to it in a second, I promise.
Okay.
But let's say Season 2.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, Turk.
With Set 1, Set 2, and core players. And then in Season 3, you build squads with Set 2 and Set 3 and core players. So basically Set 1 is rotating out during Season 3, but just like you mentioned, core players, you might be seeing a theme here. Core is included in every single season. So core players are some of the most special and important and valuable players in the game.
So we're really forcing you to dig deep into your card inventories and use all of these players.
Exactly. It's always going to be changing. We're going to keep it fresh.
So what if you like
really exciting.
Get a bunch of
so you said
Season 1
you
cards?
were going to explain what a core set is.
P5 and then what? Just they can never be touched again, or they can be rotated back in at some point.
Valuable player items belong. These core players will always be eligible in every season. They're truly the backbone of your collection. But the next question, of course, is who's a core player? And the answer to that is all live series cards belong to the core set.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe two, Cheese?
A massive boost in value for those cards.
Oh, yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. And the live series
No, it won't.
rewards, they're also going to belong to the core set, ensuring that you're always going to be getting value for completing such a difficult collection.
This sounds amazing.
It's going to be sweet, man.
Does
There are
it?
a few
I don't.
other players that belong to the core set, but we can't give away all our secrets right now.
Okay, so we're going to do a quick recap before we keep it moving.
I have no idea. So core is just some players.
Okay, so 99 is available day 1. Sets and seasons, and as you mentioned, every season and set is tied together. So if you have a card that's Season 1, it belongs
Sorry, I
to
gotta
Set
pause it.
1.
Right.
You have a card that says Season 3, it belongs to Set 3.
Or not, it won't let me.
That's right.
Okay, so what's
Thank
this
you for
wild
58
card
months.
thing I'm seeing at the top left of the screen?
Glad you asked. This is
Appreciate it,
this is
MKE.
one of the coolest
Thank you for
parts of the
58
sets
months,
and
dude. That's a long
seasons.
time.
It was one of the ways that I mentioned.
Too long.
Really doubled down on team building. This might be the single most important choice that you're going to be making throughout
It
the
is.
entire year.
Yeah.
So the wild card slot, it allows you to add one player from any set to your squad.
Ooh, I like this. Say this one more time. What does this wild card mean again?
It
We
allows you
don't
to
have
add
to keep
any
repeating
player
the same
from any
shit.
set to your squad. So like if we're in Season 3 and Set 1 cards have rotated out like I mentioned, you can still use this wild card slot to add your favorite Set 1 card to your squad.
So just one. Okay.
This is sick. So what if, Kyle, let's say, because you're a Twins fan,
Yeah.
you love Byron Buxton. Let's say you have a special flashback or live series Byron Buxton that you really like. How does that all play into this?
That's what it sounded like.
The
Yeah,
live
they
series
bleeped
Buxton,
it.
He's going to be core, so he can be in my squad the entire year. But yeah, let's say there's a flashback, and you know I love Buxton. He's a Set 1 card. It's now Season 3. Set 1 is rotated out, but Ramon, you know I'm using the wild card slot to keep that Buxton in my lineup.
No, you're not,
It
because he's
also
a 92
gives added
diamond.
value to
Shut the
cards that you
fuck up. You're
parallel
keeping
in
him.
live series and or specific cards that you like to use a lot.
100%. Like, especially with the live series cards, when new seasons roll around, like I was saying, it's the
know I'm
backbone of your
keeping that
collection.
Byron
You're always
Buxton.
gonna find
No, you're
players
not.
in your lineup.
Ian, what are you thinking about all these changes, especially with sets and seasons and core cards and wild cards and everything?
I'm looking forward to
Live
it. I'm
series
super
were
looking
core
forward to seeing
cards,
creative
but the
teams do wild
flashback that he
cards.
was, that
The
was a
most
Set
exciting
1.
thing is when a new set rolls out, people are going to use
Live
the
series
wild
are
cards from
core.
previous sets to make some crazy team builds, and it's going to work really well with one of the other new features that we're going to show in a little bit.
What modes does everyone use their season squad in?
In ranked, you'll always be using a season squad.
Okay.
In events, it depends on the event. Most events require in-season players, but there will be some that have no season limits. In
I can't wait
Conquest,
to
it
play
really
the
depends
same
on
6
map.
events for the
Some
entire year.
time-limited maps require an in-season squad, but all their maps
Conquest?
have no season limits as well.
Okay.
In BR's staying the same. It's just like you've been playing it for years. In mini seasons, that's another one we're gonna have to come back to because there's some new features there. We'll talk about in a bit.
What about play versus
Wait.
friends and
Yeah, play versus friends, casual head-to-head, and play versus CPU have absolutely
anybody.
no limits.
okay, big changes.
So how's it going to work when you
Diamond
set in a
Dynasty
lineup?
is changing. These are monumental earthquake type changes, with such big changes. Can you give us some insight into why we're going this direction?
I think it's a really important conversation to have with such a big change in our mode. It's different from what we're used to. And so
Rank,
the why is
conquests,
really important.
and events.
First and foremost, we weren't happy with the
Any
pattern
card in
that we've
BR.
fallen
Events
into
or
in
some
years
will be open to
past.
all.
Everyone's familiar with it. At launch, the best players are, let's say, like a 90 overall, and then each month we slowly release better and better players. It's really like a carrot on a stick that can never be caught, and it feels like it's just unfair to the player, and it's just bad design. It feels so bad
He's
to
not wrong.
grind and grind for a player only to have a better, higher powered player be released a week later.
He's not wrong.
Instead, we really just want to be transparent with our content releases while still giving reasons to boot up the show every day. We want to keep it fresh, keep it exciting.
And it's not a bad design; it's a learning design. You don't know.
He's
what you don't
not
know.
wrong.
That's right.
What
We're
up,
all
Snap?
about growing and improving the game year after year.
And how would we have known that sets and seasons and wild card and captains and all this core stuff would have been amazing had the game not been operating the way it operated in the past? Ain't that right?
That's right.
Ian, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, I totally agree with Kyle. I think it's always a learning experience, and even though some of these changes are pretty big, we're always going to be iterating on it in this release and future releases, so we're super excited to get people's hands on it.
So, Kyle, beyond that, what else are you super excited about?
Yeah, we're excited about this feature from an experiential perspective, too. With the old power creep way of doing things, the best players weren't released until August, at the earliest. Now, we're getting the best legends with the best attributes into hands of all of our fans right away.
Right away.
Right away.
At launch.
Yeah.
March 28th.
Yeah.
March 24th, early access.
That's not
It's
bad.
going to keep things fresh. You're going to constantly see variety.
I don't think this
You're gonna
this can
playing
be a
with better
possible
cards and
solution. I don't
faster,
think that
no
this
matter your
isn't a
play style.
solution.
It's really going to feel attainable to create that squad you've always dreamed of.
And with this being such a massive change and paradigm shift, we want to work with the community on perfecting it. So once everybody gets their hands on the new game, we want to hear from you as we make changes based on feedback. Ain't that right, Kyle?
I'll go
That's
a little
right.
bit further into it
The
once
next
this
few
is over.
days, keep an eye on socials. We'll be answering any questions or any major concerns. We want to work with the community on perfecting this thing.
And if you listened to our feature premiere last week about gameplay, we're going to talk about designated hitter and
That's
two-way
gonna be-
players with game
I think
designer
that's
James
next week,
Cameron.
So we're
fan,
gonna
or
talk
maybe
to James,
2
who
weeks
is
from now.
calling in
It's
remote.
a feature premiere a little bit
James, how you
later.
doing?
Hey, I'm good. How's it going?
It is going fantastic. This is your first time on the stream, right?
Yeah, and the cards,
that's true.
the cards
So
that you
tell
get in
everybody a little
June,
bit about
that come out in
yourself and
June,
what
you
it
can't
is
get
you
until
do here on
July
MLB
usually,
Show
unless you
Development.
grind 17 hours
I'm
a
a feature
day.
designer for
And
Diamond
then they're
Dynasty.
absolute
This is my
worthless by the
second
time you
MLB
get
show
them, and you're
title,
just getting them for
and,
collections.
I'm super stoked about it. I think
So like
it's the
this
best
isn't
one yet.
bad. It just depends on how obtainable everything
Let's
is,
talk
I
about why
guess.
it's the best. I'm going to assume that you're going to say the inclusion of the designated hitter is one of the reasons.
Yes, the DH, super popular. Everybody loves the DH. It's never been controversial, and I'm sure it won't be controversial this year when we put it in the game.
Anybody who thinks it's controversial?
So can you explain the total
Can get
functionality of
fact.
the DH that is coming to Diamond Dynasty?
Yeah, I think the short version is we're just getting it up to par with the current MLB rule set. So if you have any confusion as a player, just think of it as the way the MLB is currently
Exactly,
running
Cheese.
it.
It was frustrating.
We have a universal DH. You can DH any player, even if it's like a common level pitcher. You can DH them if you want. And we're going to have cards listed as DHs.
Pitcher
so
DH
David Ortiz
events?
is going to be listed at DH instead of first base, and same with Nelson Cruz.
Nice. So the other big change in addition coming to Diamond Dynasty is the implementation of full two-way player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work?
Again, a lot like the major leagues.
That would
Shohei
be
Ohtani
awesome.
is the best example, but you can have Shohei in your rotation. You can have him starting at DH as well, and when it's his turn in the rotation, he'll still be in at DH. If you take him out of the game, you'll still have the DH, just like we currently see in the major leagues.
Bartolo
and
DH card?
He'll be listed as a two-way player under his secondary position, and OVRs will reflect that as well.
Nice. James, thank you so much for telling us about
I'd love for them to do
DH
fun cards like
and
that.
Full two-way player implementation coming to Diamond Dynasty. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Thank you, James. We really appreciate it. Ian, how you doing?
I'm awesome. Super excited to show this new feature.
So, Ian, I believe you're going to reveal another new feature in Diamond Dynasty, aren't you?
Yeah? What is it?
Absolutely. And it's called Captains.
What does captains mean?
Oh yeah, I'm
Captains
actually
are
really
a new
curious
feature
about
I think
this.
are going to fundamentally change the way all
Yeah, right,
the
Scoop.
squads in DD.
I hope so though.
And one of the goals it's trying to address, which Cal alluded to earlier, we want to give you guys
I know,
the most
that's-
agency,
well,
the most choice possible to build
here's
the type
the
of
thing.
squad you want to build.
Here's the thing about cap cards is if 99s are being released right out the gate, cap cards kind of become a little bit obsolete unless I mean, I guess if you really want to, but
any game mode. So I think captain's going to help out with that a lot.
Ooh, sounds exciting. So what exactly are captains and how do they work?
The easiest way to explain a captain is just show you guys a captain card with its captain abilities.
Oh, look at this.
We have a brand new card series called the Captain Series. And those Captain Series cards are going to have a nifty little patch on the art and a description of what the captain is.
-5 fielding.
Every card in the series will have a unique captain ability that changes the attributes of players in your squad, but you're going to need to build your squad a certain way to take advantage of that.
Oh, okay. Does this sound like theme teams? Sounds like this is theme teams.
Absolutely. One of the biggest goals of captains is to make theme teams more viable, even at the highest level of ranked play.
Okay.
But captains aren't just for theme teams. Let's show off Miggy's captain abilities to see why. So we can see 3 tiers of boosts that Miguel Cabrera offers, and each corresponds to a different threshold of the squad building requirement.
Man,
my team
8
has 5
hitters.
Tigers hitters on it, including Miguel Cabrera, then just the Tigers hitters will get a small attribute boost. The non-Tigers hitters do not get that attribute boost. But if I build my team entirely of Tigers hitters, then every Tigers hitter will get a substantial boost with that tier 3 ability.
Oh, I like that. So Ian, explain this.
Maybe? I don't know.
How do the 3 captains' abilities work, and what?
I don't want 11
of
of the same team cards on my team, though.
How many cards correspond to your captain?
Okay.
So if Miguel Cabrera busts Tigers and you have 3 Tigers on your team, you'll get a small boost with the tier 1 ability. But if you have 10 Tigers on your team, you'll get a big boost with the tier 3 ability.
Okay.
Who the hell wants
so that's
10
a
Tigers
pretty
on their
significant
team?
Hitting boost. If you can have your whole squad.
I'm a fan of the Tigers, and I don't even
How
want
do you think this
10
will
Tigers
affect
on my
squad
team.
building, guys?
The coolest part about captains, at least to me, is that with the different tiers, you can commit exactly as hard as you want to it. If you just want to buff one specific player, maybe you just want your shortstop to get up to 90 fielding, you can put some specific players on your bench and get your captain in your lineup.
If they did something like that, that'd be cool, but I don't want to limit myself just to a team.
Where in the
That's
past, an
boring.
all-Tigers theme team overall rating just wouldn't stack up in ranked seasons.
Probably not,
Tier
Wheelchair.
3 captain boost on all your Tigers players, and you'll be able to compete at any level.
Yeah, let's
So it
just
sounds
pick
like
the
we're
Yankees.
Really adding value to a lot of cards that would otherwise never.
Since
touch
they
the
released
personal line.
35 Yankee
Absolutely.
99
That's
cards
definitely
at
one of the
launch,
biggest
probably.
goals is to take these lower tier DD cards that maybe wouldn't see a lot of play in ranked seasons and let people use them if they're their favorite cards.
Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about that freshness and variety that we've talked about. With sets and seasons, we thought it'd be really important and to ensure
I don't know.
that people are creating different, unique squads.
Creating a
Captains is
card
gonna
collecting
deliver on exactly
game
that.
and then locking it into only one team
So Ian, what's the
to get
coolest
the
part
buffs
about
of a new
And
feature,
my favorite part about
that's kind of
captains
fucking stupid.
It's just how much variety it lets you use with your team builds. So if my
It's not
favorite
variety,
DD
though.
cards
You're
in the
using
past
all
have
the
maybe
same
been
team.
80s overall, low 90s, and if I wanted to play with those cards on ranked, I was handicapping myself. But now I can take those cards.
But
on
you
ranked and
wouldn't
put captain
use them
abilities
on
to
ranked, dude.
Mm.
Almost nobody does.
So do you think everybody's DD squad will now be using a captain?
Not necessarily. I think because one of the goals of captains is to let people have as much agency in building their team if they want to. Captains will really help theme teams, but if you just want to build a full 99 overall God squad, you can still do that, and you don't need to have a captain equipped. So what this means is that most Captain Series cards won't be in the 99 overall top tier DD cards, and most of the best cards won't be affected by too many captain abilities. So if you like building those 99 overall God squads, you can choose not to have a captain in your team, and your squad will still be able to take on the top level of ranked seasons.
Okay. Okay.
I think for content
can my
creators,
captain
this
be a
isn't going to be
pitcher?
used that much.
Absolutely. So we haven't mentioned it yet, but you actually have 2 captains in your team. You have 1 hitting captain and 1 pitching captain. You can have any number of Captain Series cards in your squad, but only 1 hitting captain and 1 pitching captain can have their boost active at any given time. The rest of your Captain Series cards just function as normal DD cards.
So you can build a full Tigers team build, right?
So you can do a full Tigers team build with Miguel Cabrera as your hitting captain, plus a Tigers pitching captain, or you can combine abilities if you want to. If you really wanted to, you could even have a team
No one's
with a
gonna
Red
do
Sox
this.
hitting captain and a Yankees pitching
That
captain.
sounds blasphemous.
Oh, it is.
I'm not going to do this.
Why would we even say such a thing?
I shouldn't say
Not
nobody.
choice, man. You get to build your team.
Yes.
25
choices.
people are gonna do
Yankees
this.
and Red Sox fans choose to hate each other. So you heard that for all of you Yankees and Red Sox fans at the same time. You can have a Captain Red Sox pitcher and a Yankees outfielder or position player on your team at the same time to take advantage of those abilities. I can't wait to see
It
these
adds
Red
something
Sox
for somebody,
Yankees
but I'd rather
build.
them create overarching improvements
Diamond
to the
Dynasty.
mode instead
So,
of
not sure why you'd
making
ever want to do
something
that, but it's
for
cool that you can mix and
3%
match with
of
two
the player
captains.
base.
Will every captain ability be based on what team that they play for?
Not necessarily. So on release, every MLB team will have at least 1 captain, but that's really just scratching the surface of the type of captain abilities we can make. We can expect some captain abilities to really push the envelope and incentivize some strange teams.
So Ian,
Oh,
what
that's
type
good.
of,
Now, I like
captain
this.
cards are we going to see at launch?
We've
I
seen
like
one already,
this.
But every MLB team is going to have at least one captain, but it's really just
What kind of
scratching the
weirdo shit
surface
we
of the
getting
types of
into?
abilities we can make. Some other abilities we can expect are card series captains. For example, it buffs all milestone series cards.
Yes.
And one of my favorites that I like to show you
Okay.
guys is the Willie Mays captain. So when I play DD, I really love using these old school legends. and
Okay.
Willie Mays is going to help out with that. He buffs all your players from the 1950s and 60s. So if you want to
Now
load up your squad
this
with legends from that era,
I
Willie
can
Mays
get
is gonna help out
behind.
with that a lot.
How will these abilities work?
This I
in-game? What if
like.
I need to pinch run for Miggy? Can I sub my captain out?
Great question. For your hitting captain, in order to get the boost, he needs to be in your starting lineup. For the first 2/3 of the game, so the first
makes
6 innings
sense.
in a ranked season match, your captain can't be subbed out of the game. Then in the last 3 innings, your captain can be subbed out like any other player, and your team keeps the attribute boost.
Okay. So what happens if I try to take Miggy out and sub for him in the 3rd inning?
If
Lose everything.
If it's in the first 2/3 of the game, you won't be able to sub him out.
Probably not.
That makes it a lot easier. What about my pitching captain? How long does he have to stay in the game?
So the pitching captain works a little bit differently. Your pitching captain just has to be on your squad to give the
Yeah, that
associated
makes
players
sense.
the attribute
Because
boost.
he's not.
If your
may
pitching
not
captain's
always.
out of energy and you can't pitch in a game, he'll still buff the rest of your squad.
He may not always.
What about relievers? How do they work?
Relievers can be your captains as well, and they don't need to be in the game just like starters. They'll passively give the rest of your pitchers a buff.
Yeah,
Okay.
makes sense.
What if my opponent is using the captain? Can I see it? What happens? How's that work?
Yeah, so in the loading screen where you would normally see your squad and your opponent's squad squaring
Oh,
up, each
okay.
team's captain and what tier boost they have and what attributes are being changed will be displayed
Shows you up
above the
here.
lineup.
Excellent.
And then every card
That's
that's
pretty
currently
cool.
being affected by a captain will have this little arrow icon.
like that.
So look out for that when checking your lineup and your opponent's lineup.
So let's say I'm building my squad.
cool.
How can I tell which of my cards would get buffed by my captain?
If you're building a squad and want to see which of your cards would work with your chosen captain, be sure to check out this new filter in the squad and collection screen. It'll automatically show you which cards get boosted by your captain.
Oh.
And that arrow icon shows up on your own
Nice.
cards in the squad screen too, so you can use that to get a quick
Quality
idea
of
which
life.
cards are
Thought
Oh,
about
okay. Can I use my
early.
captains in
Here
every
we
game
are.
mode?
Almost every game mode in Diamond Dynasty has captain abilities available. The one exception is Battle Royale, so you can have a captain in ranked seasons, co-op, play versus CPU, conquest, mini seasons, and showdown.
Okay. What are we going to do if these captain abilities turn out to be a little bit too powerful?
It's a really important question and something we're going to try very hard to prevent with a lot of playtesting. But with this new exciting mechanic, it's possible some stuff falls through the cracks.
Balance
if we're
it.
seeing too many squads use the same captain and therefore
Balance
a
it.
similar squad because of an overtuned captain ability, then we're going to
Balance.
step in and adjust that captain
Yeah.
ability to allow other
Balance
captains
it.
to shine. Ideally, that
Just
won't have
balance
to
it.
happen, but since one of the biggest goals of captains is to increase the diversity of the squads you see online, if a certain captain is preventing that, then we'll make some changes to the strength of that captain ability.
Let us know if it's overpowered. If they turn out to be too powerful,
worry.
Please talk to us. Let us know.
The
and
community
we'll
will
make
let you
changes
know.
when
Don't you
it's
worry.
Applicable. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and our
Working as
socials and our
intended.
Instagrams and theshow.com to provide feedback. And also make sure you go download the companion app. We haven't talked about the companion app.
They didn't do
You
any
can all
balancing
of your
last year.
Diamond Dynasty transactions on the companion app. Where can you find it? It's in the iOS and Android marketplace.
James, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for
All
having
right,
me again.
mini
Mini
seasons.
seasons 2.0. What does that mean?
We did a pretty huge overhaul of mini seasons this year.
Okay.
Last year, mini seasons was my first project as a designer on the team, and there's
I mean,
a
it
lot
was
we wanted to add
good
that
to
we just
start.
didn't have enough time to add. So we circled
But
back and we've really
Got pretty
done a lot of
shitty after.
improvement. I think the summary would be we've added theme seasons, stat tracking and awards, as well as custom built away stadiums, and we have a completely revamped UI.
So before we jump into what's new in mini seasons 2.0, first for our new fans, what is a mini season and where is this game mode located at?
It was a good idea and got boring. I agree.
Mini seasons is
Well,
a
they didn't
Diamond
update it
Dynasty
at
on a
all.
Single player, and it's basically like the name says. It's a small season. You play a 28 game season. Each game is 3 innings long. Last year you would play against teams that were CPU controlled, but based off of other Diamond Dynasty players' squads.
Yeah.
So each run was different. This year we still have that functionality, but we've also added themes. So essentially, rather than just playing against other Diamond Dynasty squads from the community, you could instead play a theme season where, say the theme is all lefties. You'd have to build a team around that theme. So you'd have to build an only left-handed team, and the opposing players are still.
they kind of
the
added, like,
opposing team is
events
still controlled
into
by a
mini
CPU,
seasons.
but they're also designed around that theme. So it'd be an all-lefty league, and it's just a new, interesting twist on the same formula, and just a new, fun way to challenge yourself to build some new, interesting team builds that you might not have done before.
Nice. So sounds exciting. What
Yeah,
are
they
you
added
most
like
excited
events
about
into mini seasons.
when it comes to mini seasons 2.0, DH, and two-way player
I
implementation?
wouldn't say that's really a
Oh man, I think
overhaul, but
Mini Seasons 2.0 is the place to be for sure. It's the UI looks way better than I could have ever imagined. We got so many talented people working on the feature. I think it's just going to have a lot of great variety. You know, as the dog days of summer come around, you're still going to have a lot of fun gameplay over in Mini Seasons, a lot of fun cards to earn, and we've just done a lot to make it a lot more fun and video gamey than in the
Rewards,
past.
you say?
We created a custom away stadium.
82
so
overall
you're
gold.
gonna get to go
3 of
play
them.
in Cairo and London and Liechtenstein and see, you know, castles and pyramids and all that good stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Kyle talked about sets and seasons earlier. How does that work with Mini Seasons 2.0?
Most of the themes that we throw out in mini seasons will have the added restriction that they require set eligible cards. And we're planning on releasing a new theme every season, so and they'll stick around for 2 seasons. So there's going to be some overlapping, and there's going to be a lot of new content churning out. But we also want to keep our options open and create some themes that might have enough of a limitation factor that like there aren't enough cards in one set to.
They say
to,
themes,
like,
but I
fully
think
build
just
a
saying
roster.
like
So in
Mini
that case,
Seasons
you know,
2.0
we'll just
now
make
has
themes
events,
independent
essentially.
and, you know, let everybody have some fun.
All right, thank you so much, James, for giving us that rundown on Mini Seasons 2.0, designated hitter.
If they-
and full two-way player implementation.
if they actually
in MLB
do
Show
something
23.
with the mini
thank you
seasons
so
throughout
much.
the
This is a lot of fun.
entirety of the cycle of the game,
All right,
it
we
could be
have
good.
talked about so much already. Diamond Dynasty is changing. We got sets, seasons, wild card, captain's ability, designated hitter, two-way
So
player
no new
changes,
modes so far, at
mini
least.
seasons. Now let's jump in and talk about ranked co-op.
Yeah, so if you played the tech test, you might have already gotten your hands on it, but we're adding an all-new way to play co-op and also improving the overall co-op experience.
Remind everybody at home.
Disconnects
how does
included.
Co-op in Diamond Dynasty work?
So in Diamond Dynasty Co-op, you use your combined card collection to build a squad with your friends, then play a 2v2 or 3v3 match against another co-op team. Co-op was a great feature we added last year, but we hear your guys' feedback, and there's still some room for improvement, so we're adding more incentive to play the mode, plus some other things.
Let's take a look at co-op ranked.
Yeah, Co-op is getting its very own ranked ladder where you can play with your friends for ranked rewards. It'll be available in 2v2 or 3v3.
And you
use the
have
same
to
squad
play it
building
in order
system that
to unlock
currently
things
exists,
to unlock
including
collections.
captains.
So how does this new rank system work, Ian?
So in Co-op Ranked, you'll be playing for rating. Your rating in Co-op Ranked is completely separate from your rating in what we'll be calling Solo Ranked from now on. By increasing your rating, you'll earn rewards from reaching higher divisions. Just like your rating, this reward path is completely separate from the existing Solo Ranked reward path. So if you've already hit World Series in Solo Ranked, you can hit World Series again in Co-op Ranked and double up on rewards.
So what you're basically
Wait,
saying,
wait,
if
wait.
everybody caught that, it's the same reward
Oh.
path. You can just get it twice. And you may be thinking,
Oh.
why that might not be cool, but it is cool because of
That-
choice packs and
that's
you're
actually
doubling up
good.
on all of the content in that normal reward.
That's a
pack.
dub.
Now you get it twice. Yeah, so where this really helps come into handy, I'm not that good at the game, but Ian is. Let's say I'm an all-star player, you're on Hall of
That's
Fame
actually a
legend.
huge dub.
We can team up to get some of these rewards that otherwise might have been hard to obtain.
That's totally right. We're trying to make these rewards accessible for everybody, even these top-tier World Series reward cards. We're also changing how the ranked program works a little
World
bit.
Series rewards
It's
about
still
to cost
there, but it
pennies?
counts your
Good.
progress in both co-op and solo ranked together, so both those modes will feed into the same program to help you earn those rewards too.
Who can I play co-op ranked with?
One of the coolest things about co-op ranked is that you can play with any of your friends no matter what your individual rating is.
Ashley just told us you can get these rewards thrice. Right, Kyle? How does that work?
Yeah, so once solo, once
Huh?
co-op, and
Huh?
then the ranked program.
What?
Nice.
That's thrice.
That's thrice.
We'll dive a little bit more into the
Wait,
ranked
what's the
program
ranked
in the
pro-
content stream, so
Oh, of
stay
course.
tuned for that.
Stay tuned for the program. So, Ian, you
Of
mentioned
course.
some improvements to the experience too. What's up?
Yeah,
with
I'm
that?
gonna run some boosting
One of the
services,
biggest
dude.
pieces of feedback we got in MLB 22's co-op mode was how frustrating it was for games to end early just because one player quit. So we've implemented some new features that should reduce the number of games that are ended prematurely.
Oh, yes, we did. And we heard everybody
Yeah,
loud
quit
and
penalties.
clear. That was very, very frustrating. So, what's the biggest change coming?
The number one biggest change is that in 3v3 mode, if one person leaves the match, instead of just canceling the whole game, the game will continue in a 3v2 with the role rotation adjusted to keep the game rolling.
Okay, that's good.
So, y'all don't know how frustrating this was. Actually, they do know exactly how frustrating this was. It was super frustrating. Say that one more time. How does it work now if somebody drops out if we're in a 3v3 match?
So if we're in a 3v3 right now and somebody leaves the game just ends.
But what happens now?
So now, if we're in a 3v3 game and somebody's go walk their dog or something, the game keeps going in a 3v2 and we keep rolling and playing.
I would like to think people were going to walk their dog, but I don't think that's why they were jumping out. So as long as there are 2 more players in the squad, the match will continue, and this will be true in every co-op mode,
So,
not just ranked.
just
right?
have 2 people
That's
quit.
right. These changes apply in every co-op mode, from casual co-op to the existing depth side.
So essentially, we can keep playing after someone leaves the game, but what happens to the person who left?
So if you abandon a ranked co-op match before the end of the game, you'll be hit with a Q cooldown
Good.
penalty, so you can't immediately play again.
I hope those stack.
Yeah, so this penalty will be relatively short at first, but if you abandon a lot of games in a short amount of time, it can go as high as a week.
Yes, they stack. Awesome. So what's the goal of this?
The goal here is to disincentivize players
No
from
feet
leaving
today.
games
Get
early,
fucked,
by
Elsa.
making people think twice before abandoning their teammates.
Okay, so will I get a cooldown? I mean, I won't get it because I don't leave games because I'm a really good player. And, I commit to things even if we're losing a lot. So will I get a cooldown penalty for leaving the game early no matter what?
Not no matter what. So with the new surrender vote, a game can still end early without any players getting a Q cooldown.
How does the new surrender vote work?
So if your team unanimously votes to surrender, then the game ends early in a loss, but you can immediately queue again and get back to the action.
That's
This means
good.
that if you're
It's
losing
kinda
by
like
10
Rocket
runs,
League
you don't have
forfeit.
to wait until the end of the game to leave without
It
a
literally
penalty,
just
as long as
took
everybody in your
what
team
Rocket
votes
League was
surrender.
doing and said,
Yeah,
let's
why
do
should
that,
everybody
which I
agree
think
with
everybody
this
should
song?
do, honestly.
Well, yeah, that's what the feature's there for.
Say that again?
Ian, is there anything you want to reinforce, or what's your most important, or your favorite new addition to ranked co-op?
I think the most important thing is you can queue with anybody no matter their rating. You can play with your friends no matter how good your friend is, no matter how good you are. You can always play together.
And you have new ways to get your hand on some of these really amazing
Say that one more time.
$9.99 rewards.
Absolutely. Yeah, the power of friendship comes in again.
But we are not done. This is the Diamond Dynasty feature premiere. We still have a content stream. That's going to be later. We're just talking about features and changes right now. We've talked about sets and seasons, new to Diamond Dynasty. The wild card feature, also new. Also new is designated hitter in DD, two-way player, full functionality in Diamond Dynasty. Captains, another new feature. Many seasons are changing.
I
and
think
we
so,
just
Yanstar,
gave you
yeah.
all of the changes to ranked co-op. But that's not all.
Oh.
What about program rewards?
Oh.
Kyle.
Yeah, we've got one last trick up our sleeve. It's called unlimited program rewards. There's a common issue we saw in previous years where when you reach the end of the featured program, it kind of just felt like you ran out of rewards and you lost a lot of incentive to play. But we've got something.
But
to
we
solve
want to
that
get you to
exact
log in
issue.
every
Let's show
single
it.
day. Forever
Last year,
and
you'd have
ever
your
and
boss
ever.
pack and then a bunch of extra rewards after that. Instead, this year,
Uh-huh.
the program will kind of end at the boss pack, but instead you see this infinite loop that you can fill up a bunch of times. So whenever you finish the program, any XP you earn fills up that loop, and then once it fills, you get a reward. And you can
That's
do
good.
that an unlimited amount of times.
So let's say we maxed out our XP. We got another 25,000 XP. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
our
let's.
UI and our art teams. This is one of the best looking features that we have ever created. Let's check it out.
Okay, it's a
There
circle.
are 6 rewards you can get, 3
Oh.
silver, 2 gold, and 1 diamond. Diamond being the rarest, of course. So whichever icon is lit up at the end of this animation, that's the reward that you get. Let's try it out. As you can see, the icon bounces around, bounces around.
What is this?
You gotta pick when to stop, and if you hit stop, okay, now it's slowing down, slowing
Give me the
down.
diamonds!
Oh, okay, I thought it was a diamond for a
Hey,
sec.
balling is a
but,
habit. That works.
Yeah, that's not
So you
bad. These rewards are going to be changing.
You just got
throughout
one
the year,
ballin'
and
as a
throughout
habit
each
pack?
season. We're going to be seeing some boss packs in there, maybe some promo packs. Studs. It's rewards.
Oh,
Is
let's
this the only
go!
place you're going to see this?
You
Oh,
only see this
God.
in Diamond Dynasty and only in the main program.
There it is. So we are at the end of the MLB The Show 23 Diamond Dynasty feature premiere. We still have the Diamond Dynasty live content stream. Big emphasis on live. That's going to be live right before early access, right, Steven? March 23rd is going to be fun. We have even more
So next week
things
is Road to the Show.
to reveal. It is not over with my pinky bell in my mouth. Y'all can't see
March
me, so
9th
you
is
can see me
franchise.
doing this. We want to thank Kyle, Ian, and James for being on the stream today. There will be another
God, I hope so.
feature
I hope
premiere
not.
next week.
I hope
be
so.
sure
Hope
to
not.
follow us on social
Gold.
media. Go download the companion app, and be sure to go to theshow.com and sign up for the scouting report so you can get notified when all of these streams go live. And
Yeah,
you
they
get
will.
some really cool
20
packs.
minutes,
Until next
maybe.
week, we'll see you later.
I mean, this one was only 30, which means it'll probably be 10. Okay. Well, so the whole 99 thing, I'm just going to have to wait and see how it plays. Honestly. Just going to have to see how this whole sets thing plays out. I like the idea, and if it gives everybody a 99 overall team to start with, who cares? This is always my big thing with people. It's just people want to show off how much more they grind the game or how much more they spend on the game. They get really angry when it's like, oh, people can get 99 cards and they don't have to play three fucking days straight to get it. This game sucks. Who cares if people are getting 99 cards out the gate? Like, who gives a shit? If it adds in more diversity to actual teams, I'm down with it. It just depends on how they implement it. Like, I'm okay with this. The thing with, like, the sets, that's the one thing that's kind of like I don't know, gotta wait and see. Like, if set 1 goes away and then never comes back, that would suck. Especially if you P5 the cards. But I'm guessing there's gonna be, like, 9 sets by the time it's all done. You're gonna be able to do, like, 4 of them, 5 of them, or something like that. So we'll just have to see how this all works. And we'll have to see how many 99s they give, you know, how many are rolled out every day, how many are available, what stats they are, because the level of self-awareness that they had during this stream was kind of crazy. And it's something that not a lot of companies have. Because the power creep, people like the power creep just because it doesn't give you, again, those 99s right off the get. They like the carrot. The bad thing about the carrot is if you don't grind enough to catch the carrot, you're always behind in the carrot. So by the time person A, who plays the game 12 hours a day, has the carrot, person B, who plays it like 2 hours a day, doesn't get to this level until 3 months after this person already got it. And by the time that person gets there, all of the cards are already obsolete. Because that's just how these modes work. Every week, your card that you got the week before becomes absolutely obsolete. Because that's how the power creep works. It ramps up. This is something that I don't think anybody has ever tried. Let's just release a bunch of 99 cards right out the gate. I don't know if any Ultimate Team mode has tried this. Some people, you know, get mad that the power creep reaches 99 too soon. How about we just try doing it right at the gate? And let's see what happens. I kind of respect that. I'm not going to lie. I kind of respect that. Especially if there's a lot of 99 cards that are available to everybody so that everybody has the potential to build a team that they're wanting to build. And they don't have to wait until the 5th month that the game's out to get all of these easy ways to get these good cards. Or they don't have to grind the game 6 hours a day, 7 days a week to get all of these when they come out. I don't know. Or person C, who knows he'll never get the carrot, just doesn't bother playing. Yeah, 100%. Person D sees the carrot and is like, where do I put my credit card? Yeah, that too. I mean, it's probably going to have that. It just depends on how they implement it. If they give out like these cards in all the modes, I don't know. It could be good. Just have to see how it works out. They did a little after the credits. Oh, hold up! Oh! 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 That's actually okay. We'll get that. We'll get to that in a second, everybody. Okay. Anyways, I do like the wild card though. Like this is good because if you're doing something like this and you're rotating sets in and out, giving somebody the ability to pick their favorite card to put onto this team, I think that is a good way to bridge the sets that have been removed. I think that's a good way to bridge them back into people's lineups. So that's nice. I actually do like that. This is cool. So in the month of April, top tier cards for your favorite legends and flashbacks on day 1, which makes me really wonder, what the hell are they going to do all year? Like, how are they going to sprinkle these top end cards in? But here's the thing, and this is the thing I fucking hate about the power creep and why I do like this, and I think that this is going to be good. You want to know how stupid the power creep is? People didn't get a good Ken Griffey card until what? October? When the good Griffey card came out? When was it? It was super late. I know that. Different versions of them. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. That is true. The retro finest ones. Yeah. The awards too. Yeah, you could do that. Shit, you could do... What's stopping you from releasing 4 different 99 cards of the same player? Just do different seasons. I mean, nothing's stopping you there either. Maybe not 4. That's a much, but I don't know. I think we'll just have to see how that works, because overall that looks good. I think the biggest walking L of this entire stream is all of the things, new modes that people wanted inside of Diamond Dynasty. None. 0 new modes. 0 new modes. Don't worry, we have mini seasons 2.0, which is just mini seasons with events. Squad battles, yes, thank you. People have been screaming for something similar to that for 4 years now. Nope. Now it's just mini seasons, but you can only use all lefties, which I mean is cool, but nothing's new there. But I mean, they did change up content a lot, so I guess you can't be too greedy and ask for a lot of stuff like that. In the end, if they make this game, maybe me bitching for a week reached some ears, you know? In the end, if this game is more pro-consumer, I'm fully with it. From the onset looking in, it feels like it is. Putting in more 99s at launch, not locked behind a time wall or paywall, that's good. Those are all good things. Those are all great things. The whole captains thing, so at first, like looking over this, I don't like this. I think that this is creating a system for 5% of the population of the game, which you should never create a system for 5% of the population of the game. Nobody wants 11 Tigers on their squad. No, fucking nobody. Nobody's going to do this. Well, I don't want to say nobody. There's going to be people who do this. Theme teams are fun to go fuck around with, like 3 games, and then they're done. Except for like the 10 people who build a theme team and play the entire season, you know, ranked season with that theme team. There's like 10 people who do that. However, when we got into, where's that? When we get into this, now this is really cool. If they do more of this stuff, I am 1 trillion% behind this. 1950s and 1960s captains, like that, this is cool. This is really cool. I hope they make a steroids era captain. That's what I want. That is exactly what I want, dude. The team stuff, like, okay, if that was a byproduct of this, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. You know, theme teams, some people do it. Let's give them a little something, but like this is the big carrot right here. And like I am 100% down with it. If you're making something for 80% of the player base and you have a byproduct for the 5%, that's great. I'm down with it. Mini seasons, I don't know. They have to support mini seasons. If they don't support mini seasons, if the same thing happens like it did last year, this won't matter. Like this won't matter at all. So we'll just have to see what they do with the mini seasons. Honestly, I think a lot of this is big dubs. We have to see how some of it works, but I think a lot of this is big dubs. Other than the fact that there's no new modes whatsoever. Give it all the rewards to kill market prices. Fine with me. If things are easily obtainable, I could care less about the market. Kill it. Kill the prices for it. If rewards are obtainable just by playing the game, I literally could fucking care less about the market. Don't care. The market should be there for people who just want to come in and buy shit. That's it. This... Because I do like this, giving people something. I just don't like the RNG Gamba. I just don't like this. Like, I'm not a fan of this. I would much rather you're on an infinite loop to get, 10,000 XP, you get a 5 bundle. 10,000 XP, you get a Ballin' as a Habit. Another 10,000, you get a 5-pack. Another 10,000, you get a 20. Another 10,000, you get a 50. Like, I like that better than... I get 25k and I roll silver every single time for all of eternity. and I just get 7,500 subs every 25K, which I guess is pretty good. Or I get a Ballin' as a Habit pack and get a 1K quick sell gold. And I get that 15 times. I guess it's 15K stubs for my 30 hours of work. And I mean, 25K isn't a lot if you play the game a lot. I agree. It's good. Like, I'm going to say this. I don't like that it's RNG. That's it. That's all I'm saying. This is good. They're giving... I'm not saying that this is bad. They're giving away stuff once you reach the max. That's good. If you're a grinder, you should like this. Because this is going to give you more rewards. I just wish it wasn't a gamble. That's all. But this... Huge dub! Huge dub. Big dub. Got my pre-order in, motherfuckers. Can you explain what TA is? So what Team Affinity was you went through a set of challenges, moments, stat collection things for each team within a division. And those led to packs, cards for said teams, collections for those teams and for the divisions and for overall. It was a really good way for free-to-play players to not spend a ton of time. Like, each division took you... Usually, you could go through on, like, a weekend and, like, kind of bang it out if you wanted to. And in the end, you would get not only cards for teams, pretty good ones, too. You would also get, like, 100 packs just for free. It was beautiful. It was a great way for free-to-play players to build up stub counts so that you didn't have to sit and flip cards on the market fucking 5 hours a day for 7 months. And they got rid of it. So that was a big thing I did not like about last year's game. Like, they got rid of ways, at least at the beginning of the game, they got rid of ways for free-to-play players to amass a good amount of stubs and cards, and moved more towards people who wanted to just buy. They moved people into trying to get them to buy stubs instead. Which really makes me wonder, if they knew nobody was going to like Team Affinity being gone, why the fuck did they get rid of it in the first place? Why do they do this? I feel like, money. Yeah, definitely money. I'm glad they brought it back. Are you full send back in MLB? No, absolutely not. I got to see what they're doing with Road to the Show and franchise. If they're doing absolutely nothing with those two modes, I'll probably wait for this to go on sale before I purchase it, more than likely. I'll start a little bit later. If they've, again, did all this stuff for Diamond Dynasty is great. It's great. Like, this stream was actually pretty good. I still think it's a huge fucking L that they added 0 new modes whatsoever. Like, can we just get rid of Showdown? Or get rid of events, or not events, but moments. And, like, let's get in a squad battles or a weekend league or something. Like, I don't know. Can we do something other than those two things? I don't like them. And if they actually make some changes to Road to the Show and franchise, I'll probably be good. Hoping no new modes mean they spent time on franchise. That's asking a lot, Ruffy. I think DD, these could potentially be all positive changes. 100%.